Today build, I ain't gonna lie to you guys, it was whooping my ass, bro. I tell y'all that much. My boy Itachi recommended this build to me, right? And at first, this build was just not hitting for me. I was like, bruh, what do you got me playing right now, right? But after some time spent with it, I finally got the gameplay down pat, and it's not a bad build. It's not a bad build. Took some time to get down pat, but it's here. It's here. Okay? And that's all that matters. We got here. All that matters that we got here. Okay? So this build actually using an exotic that most people don't use. Okay? My boy wanted to be out the box thinker. And I get it. I get it, bro. You know, everybody making the same build and stuff. I get it. I get it. He wanted to be outside the box. So he got us using an exotic that most people don't use or probably forgotten about. And I want to make a build for this exotic as well in the future, like really focused on it. But for right now, we're using the build he gave me. This is negative 50 GM, as y'all can see. And we're cooking. We're cooking right now so far. We're cooking. The reason why this build was taking me for a loop, I had to do some changes, just teeny bitty changes, just tiny bit, some petite changes, you know. He a petite nigga. I had to make some petite changes, right? And those changes make this build work for me personally. Others may, you know, may have a different approach, but for me, this was what I needed to make it work. And you know, sometimes take a little bit of changes for builds to come tied together right. Who the screed? I'm about to say, who the screed? Give me that. Alright. Going over and suspend them. And y'all see, y'all already know what exotic I'm using now. We're using the infamous Demo Fusion, I believe that's how you say it. Go ahead and use that. Yep. Get me out this damn slow. Use that, just get M5. Spin them all. Throw that grenade out. Add some joke in that mud. Do that again. And y'all see the unraveling, getting my darkness bar up. And then we have to pop it again. I hate this nigga slam. Alright. Gotta get rid of sniper. Sniper is always the bane of my existence in this specific GM. But don't care you doing all that, bro. The spin. Get back in the air, buddy. I should have stayed in front of him. Because that was the crit spot. And now he's dead. You're dead. You're dead. Alright, pop this again. Suspend him. Finish moving. Smack! And of course, they want to throw a screed thing. We just can put the air denial stuff out there, get them screeds out of here. Yep. Put that grenade. Spin again. And we're done. This build is different. I'll tell y'all that much. It's different. But it's worked. So let me show y'all the build breakdown. What up, guys? Alchemist here. I got something nice for you. So today I'm using a build suggested by my bro brother from another mother, basically at this point, Itachi, and he wanted us to use the exotic Demo Fusion. Okay, this exotic gets slept on because it's really case use scenario. Very hard exotic to use without getting yourself in danger as a warlock, because warlock DR ain't the greatest. Okay, unless you jump through some hoops. If you don't know what this exotic does, it says while a strand super is equipped, casting Rift will suspend nearby combatants. It's like 6 meters, right? Suspend deals damage over time, which heals you in the process. So if you do any kind of suspend, it don't have to just be from this Rift. Any kind of suspend will heal you from those suspended targets. It just, you heal more if you do an actual Rift compared to just suspend from anything else. Targets who break free from suspension suffer additional damage. Defeating suspended target heals you a moderate amount of health. Okay, so you can see this build on Strand, pure Strand build, but my boy Itachi decided to put it on Prismatic. So that's already out the box right there, right? The stats he wanted me to go for was 100 weapon, and then he said 100 class, and then 100 melee. He said I can pour into more into whichever one I want to run it pour into. So I decided to pour more into class because you get 50% damage resistance over shield whenever you pop your class ability that's over 100. And like I said, warlocks kind of suffer DR in most of their builds, so I wanted to build into that so that it can live in -50, right? The armor set I went with was Exodus Down to give me that 30% damage resistance whenever I need it. Again, this is like the goated armor piece for armor set for warlocks. Another armor set I would recommend for this is the Vaulted Glass armor set, simply because just being able to get Orbs of Power on you non-stop is just really good in Prismatic with Facet Purpose. Okay, now weapons we're using, very important. We're using Final Warning, simply because Final Warning can spread Unraveling. We don't have to use our melee, waste our melee to do that. So Final Warning is here to spread the Unraveling for us. Then the second important weapon, which tied it all together to me. He told me to use Lotus Eater. Lotus Eater wasn't cooking for me. It just was not cooking. It was just trash, right? I highly recommend the Motif or any area denial grenade launcher, because they give you hella light transcendence energy immediately, right? So I went with Motif because you can get auto loading holster and then attrition orbs. This makes orbs for me more frequently in this build so that I can activate Exodus Down, 30% damage reduction, and auto loading, making that I don't have to worry about reloading. I can just shoot it out there and then go right back to Final Warning and spend my abilities while it deal damage. I can go back to it and it's already reloaded. Okay, then I put on an abundant ammo mod on it so it can have easy ammo generation. So I don't ever worry about special ammo in this build, even though I don't have 200 weapon stat, right? And then your rocket launcher build, if you want, I chose the anti-barrier rocket launcher, obviously. To do with barrier champions. We already dealing with everything else in this build. Unstoppable, we deal with transcendence, okay? But yeah. Artifact, we are using 2 shreds, Tablet of Ruins, obviously. So we're using the main thing everybody uses, okay? 2 shreds, so that when we deal sustained damage to severed targets, unravels them. Defeating a severed target, make a Woven Mail spot for us to get Woven Mail in this build for 10 seconds, which is 45% damage reduction. We have on Defibrillating Blast. Stunning champion grants maximum bolt charges. Hardening content is always champion, so you always want this, but we mostly here for the second part. Damaging targets with bolt charge bolts, jolt them, and heals you. You get like 70 HP from triggering a bolt charge whenever, and we will be spamming bolt charges in this build, so very important. We got Horror Shuttle, damaging unraveled targets with a weapon, occasionally spawns a threatling. The tick damage from Motif and damaging with Final Warning will be making them threatlings. We're mainly here for the second part though. Threatlings sever targets that they damage. Warlocks naturally make threatlings automatically, okay? So threatlings gonna be doing the sever for us to be making the 2 shreds, hot spots with the Woven Mail. We have on Malign Harvest. We only here for the second part. Applying weaken provides a small void overshield. We will be throwing grenades, especially prismatic grenades, to do weakening. So we can always get a void overshield in this build, which is a 70% damage reduction. Okay, so we got multiple ways to get damage reduction in this build. Amplified, Exodus Down, Woven Mail, void overshield. We got ways to get to that damage reduction. We all have some type of form of damage reduction. We won't have it all on all the time like Hunters and Titans, but we do have ways to sparingly dip into different damage reductions at moments we want them so we can survive. We have flash over on so that maximum bolt charges gives amplify without us having to use our melee. But we also have a second part where it makes bolt charge do even more damage, so we have some more lethality in this build. We have photonic flare on. Like I said, our threadling is going to be severing people automatically for us. We just always going to be having threadlings just going out for us. And then anytime we kill somebody arc damage, we will do a blinding burst to blind people in the area. So we're going to be doing lightning surge, as y'all seen. They get freaking severed by the threadlings, and then we lightning surge to kill them. Enemies are blinded now. And then we have dielectric on. We always going to be killing art debuff targets because they're going to be blinded or they're going to be jolted. So that's why we got dielectric on, so we get small bumps of health and make orbs of power as we do so. Okay. He had different stuff on. He had like he had elemental supercharger on, and he had on elemental siphon, but I didn't see no need to have those because I don't care about my super in this build. I don't care about making a tangle and stuff like that. So I went with the arc synergy to be more deadly in this build. Subclass, we got on Strand Super, obviously, because that's the only way that the Exotic will work. He chose Empowerment Rift. I chose Healing Rift. It's dealer's choice. Arcane Needle for the 3 melees for Lightning Surge, obviously. Vortex Grenade, so I can throw that grenade out whenever I want to get a weakening off to get that Void Overshield. He has Storm Grenade on, so I guess you can go with either. I prefer Vortex Grenade because this gives us a Void Overshield whenever I need it to stay alive. Lightning Surge, obviously, this will give us Amplify, but also too, it grants you Bolt Charges, which is perfect for the artifact with all the Bolt Charge synergy. So, just very good for this artifact. Now, here goes the dealer's choice. You can go either way. Both work. I used both of them. Both are great. It's truly dealer's choice. Weaver's Call make it that you can use your class ability to make threatlings, right? You always gonna have purse threatlings no matter what with warlocks in Prismatic, okay? I chose Weaver's Call because threatlings damage give us class ability energy, okay? So I chose Weaver's Call so I can pour more into the fantasy of the exotic helmet so I can suspend people more often. He went with Devour because obviously Devour is better for survivability. Whenever you kill somebody from the ability, you get Devour, so you get more health, and you get a good chunk of grenade energy, so you can spend your grenade more often. Okay, both work. Both work. Devour is the more safer approach. Weaver Call is more of the deadly approach. The more lethal approach. I prefer the more lethal approach so that I can sever more with the threatlings and I can spend my class ability more. I got Healing Rift on, so I can do that. Okay, Healing Rift is my healing capability in my build. He was going with Empowerment Rift. You put that with Feed the Void because you don't have no healing in the build. So use Empowerment Rift, you can do that with Feed the Void, okay? Dealer's choice, both work, okay? Again, Bolt Charge gonna be healing you anyway with the Filleting Blast from the artifact. So you're good on that front as well, spamming Lightning Surges. We got Facet of Hope on, so we got a class ability back quicker, and we got an elemental buff on us. We got on Facet of Dominance, so that our Vortex Grenade is weakening, so we can get that Void Overshield whenever we want to. And same thing, Transcendence Grenade, it'll do weakening as well. We have on Facet of Protection for that 15% damage reduction, and then we in Transcendence is 30% damage reduction whenever we surround it. I got Facet of Courage on. He did not have this on, okay? He had on Facet of Awakening. I chose Facet of Courage because we always gonna have a Darkness debuff on the enemies. So this making that our Lightning Surge do 50% more damage as long as they got a Darkness debuff on them. We are spreading Unraveling on purpose. So I chose Facet of Courage so our Lightning Surge do more damage. I also chose Facet of Purpose. He had on Facet of Devotion. I didn't struggle getting my Transcendence back quick, so I didn't need Facet of Devotion on. So I chose to put Facet of Purpose on. So I can always have a Within Mail on me whenever I make orbs from Attrition Orbs or Lightning Surge. I can always have Within Mail on me in case my threatening don't sever a target to make a Within Mail hotspot on me. Just for more consistency. You can replace this with Facet of Blessing if you don't have Devour on, in case you want more healing capabilities in your build. You can definitely do that, okay? And then I have Facet of Dawn on so that I can get Radiant in this build to make my weapons do 20% more damage. Again, a little bit more lethality there. If you put on Devour, you won't be able to put on Fast of the Dawn because you will have less fragment slots, okay? Mods. I got on Harmonic Siphon for Final War to make ores for me. I got 2 special ammo finders on me to make ammo for the motif in this build. You can put on 2 super fonts you want if you want to add more plus 40 to your super stat. I put on 3 heavy-handed on so the lightning surges make ores of power for me, since I will be spamming that in Transcendence, so I always have armor charges on me so that I can proc my yellow mod down here for Exodus down. We have on our resist mods, our chest piece. You change it based off what activity you're using. Since I was in the activity where they snipe a lot, do splash damage and arc damage, that's what I had on, okay? Lead piece, I got better art radio on, so I pick up Orb Power. It start health regen. Again, if you got Devour on, then this is a flex slot, to be honest. It start health regen. I know Devour just give you full health back, but this will start health regen if you ever need it. Insulation on, so when I pick up Orbs to Power, I get my class ability back quicker so I can spend my Rift more often. And then I got on Orbs of Restoration to give me ability energy for my least charged ability at that moment, whether it's my melee or my class ability or grenade, it'll lean into that. We got Reaper, so I can make an Orb Power for my first weapon kill from popping my Rift. Utility Kickstart, get my Rift energy back some, but also too to proc Exodus down. You can replace this with special finisher. I just like the ability to be able to spam my Rift to get it on demand without me having to weaken the enemy to get the finisher move off to trigger the Exodus down 30% damage reduction. And then I got on Outreach just to get more melee energy whenever I pop my Rift. That's the build. If you're curious about the gameplay loop is very simple. You want to spam Transcendence as fast as possible, okay? So how do you do that? First thing you're going to do is you're going to unravel target with Final Warning. Once you unravel target Final Warning, you shoot Motif. Shout out to the person I just described. You shoot Motif. Motif is now triggering unraveling to happen multiple times, and you're threatening jumping off of you from that, okay? And you just want to keep doing tick damage to get your stuff back. Now, clearly, you'll get it back quicker in a bigger environment because more enemies, they spreading unraveling to each other and stuff. But you throw a grenade, everybody unravel on them, you're shooting and stuff, you get your Transcendence back very quick from spraying Motif at multiple people, and boom, you got Transcendence, and you spam your Transcendence over and over again. You've seen it in the beginning gameplay, okay? This build is super fun to use, and it is compy. It's different. I like the thinking outside the box. I ain't gonna lie. Instead of y'all just using your pets all day, I like it. I like it. It's a little skill curve too if you're not used to that type of gameplay style, but it's a good build. Hope you guys enjoyed this build. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys always. Shout out to Itachi. Your build cooked, okay? Build or grill and it build, okay? Love you guys. Appreciate you guys always. Until next time, stay up.